Hey, this is Mehdi.
And Lex. And we're Overjoy.
Welcome to the world of music.
Discover new music. Do you want to be the first to know? Pay attention. This is Dash Daily Discovery with DJ Happa.
Yep, that's right. It's that time again. Very happy to be here. I've got Overjoy. In fact, I should say I'm overjoyed to be here. I'm sure that you've heard that once or twice.
Once or twice.
We've got Mehdi and Lex here from Overjoy. How are you guys?
Oh, feeling really good. Happy to be here. It's so nice.
It's beautiful here.
Really nice.
Yes. I mean, this is a bit different than our other studios are. Our other studios are a bit more traditional radio studios. We're lucky to be here at the Dream Hotel where we overlook this beautiful garden that's out here. It's a sunny day.
My God.
I know. This is the life. This is what LA is about right here.
It's definitely a dream.
There you go. You guys have a new song that you released in August called Nobody Dances. Very, very catchy hook. Very great vibe to that one. You've got a bunch of music that you guys have put out. I want to talk to you a little bit about the new releases, but also want to talk to you just about how this whole project came about. So give us a little insight. How did you guys meet? How did Overjoy come about?
Well, maybe I can take over the physical meeting, and then he can tell you about the idea.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so I moved here about 6 years ago from New York, and I was with a beau at the time. And he was like, I'm DJing Splash House. Do you want to come? And I was like, let's party.
Nice.
So I went with him, and then I was just completely transplanted into this group of amazing people, artists, stylists, design.
Splash House will do that. Splash House is one of the best festivals around, and it's so underrated, which is good. It's kind of good that way.
Yeah, because it's not going to get too crazy. Everything is kind of still tailored, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, but this was like 5 years ago.
The first Splash House.
Was it the first one?
First Splash House.
It's the first one. And so we all had a crazy day in the heat, completely dehydrated, tripping on just not having any water in our bodies. And some other stuff maybe, but then...
Maybe, I don't know, I can't remember.
Hard to say. But we were in one of the hotel rooms, and I was like playing my demos from when I was like 14 to 22, and to whoever would listen. And it wasn't many people that would listen. I turned around, and the only person that was there was Mehdi.
Nice.
Not even the guy I came with. He was like, "See ya."
He was out.
So Mehdi, he took a liking to me, and Hoff actually, the other member, we hung out the next day, and I was looking in his sunglasses, and like you could see like all of the decorations that the festival had put up in his glasses, and I was like, stay still. I want to take a photo of you. And then I took a photo of him, and then Mehdi came over, and he's like, yo, Hoff, that's the girl I was talking about last night. He's like, this fucking weird girl.
Right.
He's like, this chick, that's the girl. So, after Splash House was over, usually people don't follow up with stuff, and I was like, I'm going to get in that studio. They saw me, they heard, they like got me, you know?
Right.
When you first move someplace, it's important to feel like people get what you're going for. And so, went in the studio, we made a couple songs, and then we didn't really stop making songs.
And how long ago was that?
That was
5 years ago.
5 or 6 years ago, yeah.
Nice. It's been a journey. Mm-hmm. That's incredible. And so talk to us, Mehdi, about the concept of Overjoy.
Okay, so me and Hoff, we've both been DJs I've been DJing since about 1998. So 20 years, coming on 20 years. Hoff, similar story. Me in LA, him in Baltimore. So me and Hoff met about 10 years ago, and we were just kind of both DJing clubs. He'd give me gigs, I'd give him gigs. Mm-hmm. And then I started kind of doing bootleg remixes that were getting some good love on SoundCloud. And then he kind of approached me like, yo, you know, I play keys and I play every instrument. And he's like, I like your drum style. And then I was like, thank you. And then we just kind of, we were already hanging out because of DJing. So then he would come over, and then we just trying to figure out our sound. Like at first we were trying to sound like indie dance, and then it kind of went to something else. And then once we started kind of like really feeling what we actually liked and not what we thought other people would like,
right,
is when it started getting good.
Right.
I'm Mexican, so I was like, yo, in my mind, I want to play like bongos and like shakers and
percussive stuff.
Get tribal with it.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
And then he was like, yeah, I'm playing keys right now and like, programming chords on Ableton, but he's like, I want to play guitar and play bass and do it. Like, I'm like, what's stopping us? So like, let's just do it. And I was like, I met this girl. She's got songs. Are they good? Yeah, they're good. Let's figure this out. So then, okay. Anyway, so then at the time, the DJing definitely had I was like around 25 or 26 at the time. The DJing had taken its toll on me. Being out in the club every night, drinking, all that was just kind of like a little bit too much for me at that age. And then Hoff was like, yo, I tried this new thing, ayahuasca. It kind of like helped, like
this new thing.
This new thing. Ayahuasca.
6 years ago, it wasn't as popular as it is now. Not saying
I still don't think it's not necessarily that popular.
No, in LA.
I mean, they don't sell it at CVS.
But it's like
not yet.
Not yet. A couple years. But anyway, so he was just like, he's like, I feel like you want to focus on work. This is the type of medicine that you take. You set your intention, and you become one with like the plant energies of the world, and then it'll just kind of it'll help you, make you more down to earth, and help you really just focus on what's real and what's right, what you're supposed to be doing with your life, and not all the extra side shit that happens when you DJ at these Hollywood clubs. Like, oh, let's go to so and so's house, blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. Either way. So we knew we wanted to be in the band. We started making a Google Doc with like 500 names, like the most weird names ever. Hot tub, like the
hot tub.
Hoff was like, how about we call it jacuzzi? I'm like, I can see it now. I have the list somewhere. Anyway, so my intention when we went to go do ayahuasca was like, yo, I need to come up with this band name tonight. I was like, if not, maybe it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? So kind of a big ask for my first ayahuasca ceremony. But then that night when I did it, maybe like 2 a.m., I'm just chilling with my eyes closed, staring into this new thing that I just realized I had called the third eye. And I'm just like, all these images are coming at me. And then it just said, Overjoy, and it was like breathing, and the vines were like wrapped in it, and it was just like, and then it was just like, that's it, like, right, like your turn, right. Now go make it, and then you know what I mean, and then so that's what we did. Nice.
Ayahuasca is responsible for the name. Then
it helped.
Yeah, I like it. I want to get into some of this music. Let's start with Same. Let's play Same. Tell me a little bit more about Same before we get into it here.
Okay. So yeah, I heard this beat and I was like, oh yeah, this is great. But the way that it's
she didn't say that.
Well, no, it got old after a while after trying to figure stuff out. But I'll get to that part too. So essentially, the way it's like doom doom doom, it feels like a journey, and like people are like, we're all kind of like going along together at the same pace. And the way that I feel this time in my life, it's everything is like so heavy. It's almost like I'm a new, like my second stage of being a teenager. I'm like realizing all this stuff, and I'm, trying to be kind and patient and like still be the hothead, passionate person I am, trying to tie all this stuff together. And I know that the world's in this crazy place right now, and I know that something really crazy and beautiful is around the corner, and that's why everything is kind of shitey right now, but I know something's going to change, and I just want, a lot of the time when I spit like
hot fire
/ philosophy to other people, I'm really talking to myself. I'm like trying to like nail it into my head, like this is what you should do. And sometimes they're like, well, what, you don't even do that, but it's like I'm saying it out loud, So the song Same, it's like I'm talking about like the stuff that goes on between your ears, say the light between my ears. My dad always says, Lex, life happens between your ears. So I just went with that, and I was saying, talking about patience and this other, I think it's important just to take this apart for a second, because there's only really one verse and it's a chant. So Mehdi and I, we've been like kind of crazy party people. Always got our work done, more or less.
Never not.
And so there was this one day where Mehdi was like, he was kind of going off on one, and he was like, yeah, but we got to be in this life in order to make the art that we make. And I turned to him and I said, Yeah, but don't you think we have enough Field Notes by now? And so that's now the name of our label, Field Notes / like our event planning party. We book DJs, events. Anyway, so I used that also, and I said, dalliance of patience. Try not to choke on the field notes that I am taking.
Wait, let's be clear about this. Field notes is kind of like the energy that is generated from like people when they party and they're like really so into the music that they're like maybe they drink, maybe they do this, maybe they do that, but they're just entrenched in it. And she was saying, Mehdi, like you're not a studio gangster. Like you've gone to enough parties and like, you know, been your head in the speaker enough. Like it's time to go home and go to work on the music that you love so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what Field Notes means to us. So in other words, I was like going a little too crazy at that moment and it saved me. That's why I named the label, because my label saved me. You know what I mean? My friends and my label saved me.
Nice.
But basically, the song is about that we're all going through the same thing, and I even like allude to the fact that I know that I, you know, kind of preach to people, and I say I only say this because I'm going through the same thing. Sure. At the end, you know,
Yeah.
it's like I'm going like this, wagging my finger the whole time, and then I turn around and I point it back at myself.
Right.
So.
Right. So a lot of times that's a nice reminder to yourself. I mean, like, you know, this isn't just a one-way street, you know, most times, at least for most people.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. I love it. Let's get into it. Here it is. Same. Overjoy is here. They are hanging out. Don't go anywhere. We've got their recent single called Nobody Dances coming up in just a few. But first, here is their single called Same.
Keep on running from the same thing.
Discover new music and new artists at Dash Daily Discovery with DJ Happa.
It's definitely a vibe in here. I've got Overjoy hanging out with us in studio. I've got Mehdi and Lex here. Shout out to Hoff, who's not here.
Shout out to Hoff.
Our brother Hoff.
Yes, you were just mentioning actually as on the outro of that record, which I'm also a fan of outros. Like I feel like outros need to come back.
The outros, albums need to come back. Outros need to come back.
And a really solid bridge,
dude.
I've really solid.
So
bridges.
many records.
Okay, I have a feeling about bridges. If you're gonna ruin the song with a bridge,
Don't do it.
Let's get another chorus in there. Like, don't mess with me. You know,
bridges are. If you could do a bridge good, like, you know, that's something.
it's either you do it right or you don't do it. Don't feel obliged if you don't have the mojo.
Don't reach. Don't force it. Don't reach.
Yeah, it shouldn't be another verse.
No.
It shouldn't be like what could have been a chorus, but is like a subpar chorus.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it needs to be. It really needs to go there.
Yeah.
It needs to be a bridge.
Yeah.
Like a fizzy build the
Yes.
bridge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or don't do it. I agree.
Yeah, exactly.
We could literally have a 2-hour
could stay
conversation
lit.
about bridges.
About bridges.
I could talk about greatest bridges of all time, worst bridges of all time, bridges that ruin great songs.
Yeah.
We all know those.
Yes.
When you turn the song off after minute 2.
Yep. I mean, that's part of the reason why bridges went away. I feel like.
Yeah.
Why a lot of
They
people-
started getting whacked for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
some of these kids can barely write a song, so let's just let them do that for now.
Right. The bridge should take you to another universe. That's where it should go.
Otherwise, stay landlocked, you know?
I love it.
Keep your feet on the ground.
All right, we were talking a little bit about how you guys came up with the name, how you guys met, how everything came together, and it just sort of seems. Have you guys, thought about this much about like what would have been, like what would have happened if you weren't playing your demos in this hotel room? I mean, it's crazy. It's like these little moments.
Little things.
It's kind of all we
along the
think.
way.
It's kind of all I've been thinking about lately.
But the thing is, the way that Mehdi and I are so connected, and Hoff, although I can't even remember, I haven't seen him in so long. While we're so connected, I would have seen him again.
Sure.
And it would have been. It was like, thank God it started then, because I feel like we're late as it is.
We're
like
late.
I'm running. But it happened. It happened. It was always going to happen.
It was always going to happen, but luckily we made it happen that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just never know. I think that's a perfect example of like, there are definitely things within your story of how you guys met that you could say without deciding to do this would have never happened. Like without deciding to follow up with them right after the fact,
Right.
or without, all these
Which
little
was like
pieces.
my MO as a 22-year-old.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, yeah, I'll be there.
Right.
Sleeping until 12. So
Right. And that actually, I think, is good advice to anybody who's listening. And we've get quite a few fellow creatives that tune in to Daily Discovery, fellow songwriters, producers, DJs, musicians. And I think that is really important. I think that the ability to follow up with somebody is key.
Follow up game.
Yeah.
Follow up game on 100.
Yes. I mean,
even if you
that's where
only
it's
do
won.
it once a week, you zero in on something, you do a little reconnaissance, you figure out how you're going to get after that one thing that you want. It doesn't even matter what you want. I'm not even saying it needs to be something like massive. Whatever it is, every week do one thing. Go drive somewhere, take an Uber somewhere, go meet someone, go say hello to someone, go outside your comfort zone, because your comfort zone is your couch and your cat, and like that's cool. You'll always have that, but like you need the other thing, and it's not going to happen without really casting.
And it's scary for some people, right? I mean, but that's also where the growth is. Yeah. Right? You got to push yourself out of the comfort zone in order to see any sort of growth.
Right.
I love it. Tell us a little bit more about this song "Nobody Dances." I love this record, by the way.
Oh, you do?
Thank you for thank you a lot for liking this song, because it has not been getting the love that Same got, but we have faith in it in the long run.
But they're all our children, Some of your kids are more popular than others.
Nobody Dances
at different times.
Some of them are better at math, So
I can't lie. Like Same is like a very like day song, and then Nobody Dances is more like a night song. So it's just like we wanted it to be like a night song, but I feel like it might be a night song for next summer.
I don't even know if you know this story behind why I wrote these lyrics. But
let us know.
Exclusive content right here.
Exclusive.
You gonna learn today.
All right.
Okay, so when I used to drive, which God bless me, I'm still
Thank
alive.
God
that's over.
That era's over.
But Disco Naps, which actually they had their parties here every Saturday, and we would play at the Highlight Room. But when they were still in San Diego, there was like one party they were having, and I was like, I gotta go. Right? Everyone was already down there. I forget what I had to do. I had FOMO. I don't even know if I could summon this kind of FOMO anymore, but I drove down to San Diego by myself, and for some reason my phone didn't sync all of my music. Sometimes it syncs like 6 songs.
Okay.
Dark.
So I was like, damn. And then I had weird, like pretty sus CDs in the car. I was like, all right, we're going to try and figure this out. Called my mom, called my dad, and I was like, all right, what are these six songs? So one of them was the Jamie XX. Imagine this is like 6 years ago. Jamie XX. You've Got the Love remix. And I was driving by myself, which I never do, and it was so long, and I was just kept thinking, and I was like, oh my God, wait a minute. She's saying, and I don't know if this is what she's really saying. You've got the love, right? What if she's saying we've got the love? Like. Sure, the turmoil that, trying to get another person to love you and loving another person ensues, it makes you grow. Great. I'm glad that there's that jungle gym. But we don't need any, all the love that we ever need is inside of us already. And that gave me such a comforting feeling driving by myself. And I was like, wait, what? I just heard, The Secret. And that was it. It was like, you already have all the love. So go dance, go do whatever.
There's a universe inside of you.
Yeah, it's all, you already have it. And I know it might sound like one of those things that is like, oh, okay, sure. But really, when you feel it, you then can do anything because you don't need to seek anything anymore.
Right.
True.
Right. Yeah, you're not looking for external things.
And like I said, those things are great. They help you grow. But then at the end of the day, if you don't achieve that part, you always have this eternal fountain of love inside of you. Which
is really crazy when you wrap your mind around that whole thing.
Right? And I had 2 hours in the car doing this, freaking out.
I got one thing to add, because I've been watching this Elon Musk, Joe Rogan interview.
Oh, okay.
I love the podcast and Joe Rogan's podcast. I'm obsessed with it. So I've watched it probably 5 times already this week. It's 3 hours long, so I just keep watching it over and over again so I could understand it more. Anyway, they get into this whole thing about Instagram and about how this new generation, they're like, they have to do something on Instagram and then they start hitting likes to get to get love. And then in my mind, it connected the dots with this song because she's saying you already have all the love that you need. You don't need to be on the gram all day. You already have all the love that you need. When someone pushes a heart, and that's not gonna automatic. It's not a love machine or
it's just letting you know that you had that already.
It's letting you know you had that already. So instead of just focusing your creative energy on that one IG post that is trying to flex or something, create something and then do that instead. But you don't have to listen to me. Just if you want to be in any kind of way like us, make music, just do it.
Well, I think what you had said before too, this ties back to what you had said before about really making the music that you felt like you wanted to make, not necessarily doing it because this is what is in fashion.
Not trying to make a hit.
Yeah, right. And I think when you focus on who you truly are and what you truly want to do, I think people recognize that, and that will
authenticity.
Yeah,
I have this thing that I say to people sometimes when I'm trying to when I'm not singing
Philosophize?
lyrics, but
Right.
I'm like lyric talking to
Yeah.
people. But like, I correct me if I'm wrong, science world, but a crystal,
You're wrong.
a crystal can only be a crystal if every single molecule is exactly the same. That's why crystals are special, because that's what makes something crystallized. So I try and think, if you yourself are crystallized and everything that you do is aligned with the same thing, then everything you do is a crystal. And people look at that and they see it shine, and like, it doesn't even matter if every single molecule you have is like mediocre. First of all, that's impossible. But even if that were like worst case scenario, but if you are aligned in that way and that you're not cloudy at all, people just like that. Even if it's something that's, you don't think is particularly special, if you are 100% that, people gravitate towards that and trust that and are inspired by that. Because what's better than just not having to try to be anyone else other than exactly what you are?
Yep. I love it. The Nobody Dances also, I think just the title of it is really interesting too, as a bit of a commentary on just parties in general these days.
Current state of
God.
parties, for sure. It's definitely we're definitely calling some people out, like, yo, why are you on your phone? Like,
Right.
we're at a party, like, you can be on your phone all day tomorrow when you're hungover, but tonight, like, just put on your dancing shoes.
You know what? And another
Take your
thing,
shoes off, throw the phone out the window.
The shame that these people that actually do go for it and get out there,
They make fun of them.
they're made to like feel like they're
Like
doing
They're
something
weirdos.
wrong.
Right.
Some girl wants to go dance by herself. Like, let her dance. Go dance with her. Go
Right.
throw some glitter on her. Like,
Or
get
go
into
you
it.
to go dance.
That's
by
what
yourself.
parties are for. It's tribal. It's been happening for millions, hundreds, or whatever we want to believe, thousands of years, hundreds of years. It's like, we're meant to be dancing to music. Like, this is not an accident. Music's the most perfect thing. It connects
exactly.
everything.
Music, dance, movement, like it's all
Let's get into it.
natural. Yeah, I mean that's what it really is.
But again, this entire
Even working
conversation,
out.
this entire conversation is saying the same thing. It's like, be a crystal, do you. If everyone is a crystal, everyone will be dancing, everyone will be happy, everyone will be doing exactly what they want to do. Stop
Creating.
looking out and making yourself cloudy, and then it's just a mess. You guys, clean it up. Let's dance.
Yeah,
that's a good visual. I imagine that maybe as some sort of a post, or maybe another alternative video concept for this song is a bunch of crystals dancing. Yeah, that could be
I'm not mad at. I'm
You
not
got
mad
a
at
guy
that.
for that? We need a guy
I'm sure
for
we
that.
can figure out a guy for that.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, I love it. Let's get into it. Here it is. Nobody Dances. Overjoy with me here in studio on Dash Radio. Do not go anywhere.
Nobody dances anymore. 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 They move their feet just like they see, but they don't feel it in their heart. And you can spot it from the street, driving past the carnivores. Better lock all your doors, you're primate. If you don't know this by now, then maybe you'll never know that the world is at your feet. Maybe you'll never know that you've already got all the love that you need. Maybe you'll never know that the world is at your feet. all the love that you need, all the love that you need, all the love that you need. Nobody dances anymore. They move their feet just like they see, but they don't feel it in their heart. And you can spot it from the street, driving past the carnivores. Better lock all your doors, your prime meat. If you don't know this by now, then maybe you'll never know that the world is at your feet. Maybe you'll never know that you've already got all the love that you need. Maybe you'll never know that the world is at your feet. Maybe you fall, but you've already got all the love that you need. 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 All 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 the love.
Discover new music and new artists at Dash Daily Discovery with DJ Happa.
There it is. Nobody dances. Overjoy with me here in studio on Dash Radio. Mehdi and Lex both here. It's been a pleasure having you guys here in studio.
Hoff here in spirit.
Yes, Hoff here in spirit as well. Tell me a little bit about what's coming up. I believe you've got a new project on the label.
We do.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll let her. This is her baby.
Yeah. So when the boys would be making all the music for Overjoy, and I'd come in every now and then to work on some production stuff, I'd always be like, I love house music. I love dance music. I think that we have a special breed of it. I don't necessarily think it's the same at all as other stuff out there. In fact, I have no idea how to describe it to other people when they ask. But the stuff that I make by myself didn't really fit in with that. So I'll use like KRS-One like drum samples and like kind of mediocre loops from like Logic or something.
Yeah.
But then I'll cut them up and whatever. And I'll go home and I'll be like, hey guys, look what I did. And then, they're like, oh wow, okay, that's got to be a separate thing. So Mehdi and I are going to work on it together, and it's called Psychic Hotline because we actually...
Psychic Hotline.
Yeah.
All right.
Because we actually
We're like slightly obsessed with all the, like when you drive around Hollywood, you see psychic.
Oh
friends.
yeah. Uh-huh.
But we're also obsessed with like in the 90s those commercials like
What was her name?
Miss Cleo.
Miss
Call me now.
Miss Cleo.
Yes.
No, there's going to be
Yes.
so much fun stuff that we can do with this too. Not to mention the music's just going to be, if Overjoy wasn't already like a combination of many kinds of music, like Mehdi and I really love we love like old rock. We love what's
no wave.
Yeah, no wave. But what's like
Also new wave. Just lo-fi in general.
Just like Cockatoo Twins, like
Cockatoo Twins. So that's like a slow shoegaze,
hip hop. It's like everything on Portishead.
Yeah.
Just like it's all kinds of things, and then also like
Lizzie Mercer the Clue.
Oh man, it's just I can't wait for it to come out. But
ESG. We're kind of like ESG.
When do you think this project will come? Sometime this year, next year?
The first single, "Hold You Now," is coming out right after the Overjoy album. And
okay.
The Overjoy album is on Spotify October 23rd, her 28th birthday.
Nice.
Which is like us trolling because she used to party so hard. We're like, she's gonna end up like Amy Winehouse and join the 27 club. But we're like, if she makes it to 28, like we made it.
Then I'm gonna live to 100.
We love Amy Winehouse so much, but we wish she was still here. So it's
right.
just like if I have like I'm not letting my Amy Winehouse go anyway.
Yes.
Keeping her.
Yeah.
Come home.
Keep her safe.
Keeping her
Medi,
safe.
yeah, that's part of your job is to make sure that she stays safe.
I'm safe, everyone.
I'm good at
as
my
long
job.
as you're not in the car driving, right?
Right. I Uber.
Right,
she's got to be driven.
There we go. All right. Well, everybody can go and check out Nobody Dances. That's out now. Same with Same as well. And new music coming in October. I want to thank you guys for being here. If you want to listen back to this entire interview, I've got it up on my site after it's aired here on Dash. You can find that on happaworld.com. I've also got links back to all of Overjoy's stuff as well.
Thank you.
And you guys on Instagram are...
Overjoy Music.
Overjoy Music.
One word.
Easy enough. Overjoy Music. I want to thank you guys for being here. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I like to end things by saying this: music is life, and life is good. Everybody, we'll see you tomorrow.